Morning or afternoon or good evening, Cornell. I'm here to show you guys a new video that goes along with the worksheet 7 in your packet. And we're going to be doing really similar to what we did for worksheet 6 using those hide zero cards. But we're also going to be using number bonds with the hide zero cards. So you're going to need like some paper and pencil so you can draw a number bond and then show your number using a number bond. So before we do that, we are going to do our story problem. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to read it to you. I want you to solve it on a paper. And if you solve it, have your mom or dad send me a picture of what you did, and I will mail you a special treat in the mail for being engaged in your schoolwork while you're at home. So here's your story problem. It says, Madison drew 10 smiley faces. So she drew 10. Then she drew 5 more smiley faces. How many smiley faces does Madison have now? So think about what you should do. You should draw 10 and then 5 more and show me how many she has altogether. You could use a number bond and a number sentence to show me what 10 and 5 equals. So if you did that and you have your work, text a picture to me and I will mail you something in the mail. Today I'm going to show you the same kind of way I did the hide zero cards before. I'm going to show you on the screen, but I also made them so you could see how you could make it at home. So I just got some note cards and I made a 10 on a big note card. And then I wrote numbers 1 through 9 on these smaller note cards. I cut them in half and wrote numbers 1 through 9. So you could do that if you have note cards at your house or paper, and that way you can use hide zero cards at your house. So I'll show you on my screen, and if you want to make those, you just need note cards and some scissors. So let me show you what we are doing today. Okay, so I went ahead and I made a number bond, and I went ahead and put the number 10 in it because remember, team numbers always have a part of 10. So I'm going to make the number 15 in my whole. So think about what I'm going to put over that 0. 15 is 10, 5. So I'm going to drag my 5 and put it over the 0. It's kind of big, so I'm going to shrink it down. So now I've got 10 and 5 makes 15. The next thing I would do is put 10 in one part and 5 in the other. So you can see that when you break apart 15, it's the same as 10 and 5. So you can take your hide zero cards to break apart 10 and 5. You could also use objects to show that, like some beans or cereal or anything like that, show that 10 and 5 is the same as 15. Okay, so let's do another one. I'm going to put that 10 back in the hole because team numbers always have a part of 10. And this time I'm going to drag the number 1 and put it over the hide zero card. All right, so now we've got 10 and 1. All together, that makes 11. So I could break apart 11 into 10 and 1. All right, now let's see what would happen if I kept 10 in my part and I dragged 3 as my other part. So I've got 10 and 3. I want to put those numbers together to see what they make all together. So I'm going to drag 10 to the hole, and I'm going to put that 3 over the 0. Now I see that 10 and 3 makes 13. So you could start with 13 and then break it into 10 and 3. All right, let's do maybe 2 more. I'm going to put 10 back here, and I'm going to drag the number 8 over the 0. That's my 1's place. I'm changing my 1 to an 8. So now I have 10 and 8 all together. That makes 18. And while you're doing this, you could be making number sentences like 10 plus 8 equals 18, or 18 is the same as 10 and 8. All right, let's do 1 more, and then I'll show you your paper. All right, I'm going to drag 4. And remember, I'm going to put it over the 0. Maybe. There we go. I'm going to put 4 over the 0. So now I've got 10 and 4 makes 14. 10 plus 4 equals 14, and I could break that apart into 10 and 4. So I hope you were able to do that with hide zero cards at your house. You can just use paper or note cards and practice making your teen numbers. So I'm going to go over all the teen numbers really quick, and then I'll show you your paper. So you can do this with me. We'll go through all of our teen numbers. So get your hands ready. 10 and 1 makes 11. 10 and 2 makes 12. 10 and 3 makes 13. 10 and 4 makes 14. 10 and 5 makes 15. 10 and 6 makes 16. 10 and 7 makes 17. 10 and 8 makes 18. 10 and 9 makes 19. And 10 and 10 makes 20. So those are all your teen numbers. So you can practice that with your hide zero cards at the house. Let me show you your paper. So you will know what to do on your paper. All right, here is your paper, and it's really similar to what we just did. So if you look at this first one, it's got hide zero cards for you, and it says 10, and your other part is 8. So you're going to fill in that other part with the number 8. The next one has 10 frames, so we'll see that it's 10 and 7. Some of them want you to fill in the parts and the whole, and some of them are just missing maybe one number. So you're going to want to look at what your 2 parts are on the 10 frame, and then to find the whole, you need to count all of them. Or think about what would happen if you moved that number up over the 0. So if this one you moved it up, it would make 16. So that's what your paper looks like for today. I hope this was helpful. Remember, if you have any questions or need any help with your math, please call me. My number is on the Cornerstone website, or a lot of your parents have it. So if you need anything, just call me and I would be happy to help. I hope you guys are doing great and staying healthy, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.